At 3:14 a.m., the desert highway was nothing but a long, lifeless stretch of darkness. No cars passed, no lights flickered, not even a breeze disturbed the still night. It felt like the world had paused, leaving only the endless road and the distant hum of a massive cargo truck cutting through the emptiness. Samir, a veteran truck driver with 2 decades of experience, drove with practiced calm, his headlights slicing through drifting fog and dust that rolled across the asphalt. But even with his experience, he could feel something unnatural in the silence. It wasn't the regular quiet of late-night driving. It was deeper, heavier, more aware, like the darkness itself was watching him. As he approached a gentle curve, something bright flickered on the right side of the road. His eyes narrowed. There, illuminated by his headlights, a man stood waving a bright red cloth, swinging it violently, even though the air was completely still. Samir's first instinct was confusion. Red cloth signals usually meant danger, a burst tire, a fire, or an accident. But his dashboard glowed steady and clean. No warnings, no pressure drops, absolutely nothing wrong with his truck. The man waved faster, stepping dangerously closer to the road, as if trying to force Samir to slow down. Samir's truck rolled forward, and as the man's face entered the full strength of the headlights, a chill crawled down Samir's spine. The man's face wasn't frightened or desperate. It was blank, hollow, completely expressionless, as if rehearsed. Before Samir could process the unease building in his chest, something shifted in the shadows behind the waving man. Slowly, 4 dark silhouettes emerged from behind the roadside rocks. They didn't appear like rescuers or travelers. They moved with slow, predatory intent, each of them holding metal rods and long hooks that glinted under the truck's lights. Samir's breath caught. These men weren't guiding him to safety. They were surrounding him. The man with the red cloth dropped the act instantly, his expression never changing, and he began approaching the driver's side door with a cold, deliberate pace. In that moment, the truth hit Samir with terrifying clarity. The red cloth wasn't a warning. It was bait. The 4 men rushed the truck, slamming their fists against the door, tugging at the handles, striking the metal frame with their rods. The cabin shook violently with each impact as their faces twisted with rage and hunger. Samir's instincts snapped into survival mode. He slammed his foot onto the accelerator, the cargo truck roaring forward with a deep, metallic growl. One attacker clung to the side before losing his grip and falling onto the road, rolling across the wet asphalt. The man with the red cloth leapt aside, screaming something unintelligible as Samir tore down the road, leaving the attackers swallowed by darkness and fog. 10 kilometers later, Samir finally slowed, his pulse still racing. The road behind him was empty again, eerily empty, as if nothing had ever happened. His hands trembled on the steering wheel. Just as he exhaled a shaky breath, his phone buzzed violently on the dashboard. He picked it up with trembling fingers. The screen glowed with a message from an unknown number, the text bright and haunting in the dark cabin. "Don't stop for the red cloth." Samir froze. Someone knew. Someone had seen everything. But who? Someone helping him? Someone warning him? Or someone watching from the shadows? The legends whispered among truck drivers now echoed in his mind. Stories he once shrugged off as superstition. They said the red cloth wasn't a cry for help. It was a trap. A trick used by those who lurked in the remote stretches of night, waiting for a lone driver to slow down. Or worse, stop. Tonight, the legend had stepped into his headlights, and it was real. Samir realized one final truth as he drove deeper into the fog. If your truck shows no warning signs, if your instincts feel wrong, if the cloth is red, never stop. because not every signal on the highway is a warning. Some are traps waiting in the dark.